Ready Wammo Breakfast. Yes, the Bats have just released the new album For All Monsters out on Flying Nun Records. Flying Nun, of course, also celebrating 30 years this month as well, with all kinds of celebrations and gigs around the country. Paul Keane joins me from the Bats. Good morning, Paul.
Oh, good morning, Wammo.
Of course, in Christchurch City, where it all started for the Bats. Or did it all start in Christchurch City? Or was it all Dunedin?
No, it was actually definitely Christchurch, and Bob was living here at that time, and along with the Clean, actually, just prior to that, and then the Clean split, and Bats took off.
So one of the first signings, I suppose, for Flying Nun.
Oh, reasonably early.
Yeah.
In fact, when you say signing, I don't really decide anything.
It was all gentlemen's agreements back then.
Oh, I think it always has been. Although I think with the new Flying Nun, definitely contracts have been flying around the place.
Yeah. Now there was, of course, a period of time where you guys went off Flying Nun for a while, yeah?
Well, it's more that Flying Nun kind of went off the boil, to be honest,
Yeah.
and we had to keep going. You know, we had some songs we'd wanted to record. In fact, we went ahead and we recorded them with the hope that Flying Nun would be releasing it, and then couldn't get hold of anyone.
No.
You know, they're all sort of kind of in the basement at Warner's, I think. You know, it's, stuck in there, sort of in the dark.
But now, of course, it's all resurrected.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Roger's into it again. It's just really nice to have him back on board. Yeah. So.
Does that mean that they've also picked up on that material that was sort of fell between the cracks? Well, not really between the cracks, but between their cracks.
Oh, we actually started our own little label called Pocket Music in that gap point,
Yeah.
and brought out the Bats at National Grid, and also Mini Snaps EPs and Bounce Around album. So, you know, and also I was thinking, we had some other projects lined up for that as well, with The Archers, which is a little thing we did with Hamish Kilgour, which is still yet to be released, and also a French group called Ladybird, which is over here on a few occasions, played Campbell Hum, and yeah, lovely bunch of guys.
And over the past 2-3 years, you guys have been doing some good touring around the world, haven't you?
Oh yeah, back into it again. Yeah, it was, in that dull, quiet period, we were bringing children up. Kay and I were concentrating on our daughters a bit more.
Yeah. Between
mid-90s and mid-2000. 2006, I think we kicked back into action with Bats at National Grid and headed over to the States, and then went to Europe 2009, and been over to Australia a few times, actually, yeah.
And that sort of that time sort of reaffirmed the knowledge that there is a really good fan base overseas?
Yes, quite reassuringly so.
Yeah.
You know, we're a little bit unsure. Yeah, you think you get all these emails saying, come and play here, come and play there, and they you link into some people that can help you with some dates, and you head over thinking, oh God, we're going to have 3 people there that have emailed us. But no, we got some great crowds. Yeah, and quite mixed lot too. We got some, and when we went over to London, when we did the European tour, we did 3 gigs. We did one at with the Crystal Stilts. Is it Crystal Stilts? Is that what they're called? New York, sort of lots of echo on the voices, sort of thing. At the ICA, which is a huge, big venue, arts centre type thing in London.
Yeah.
And we did that, and we did had a certain crowd for that, and then we played at the Windmill, which was more of, I guess, like our older fans and some Kiwis along to that. And then we did another one called Twee as Fuck at a pub over in East London, and that was a whole bunch of young people, so it was really nice. Yeah, covered the bases there, and went on from there to play Europe, and played in Barcelona at the Primavera concerts, and yeah.
And you've had some stateside action as well, haven't you?
Yeah. We did that tour over the year. Well, it's going back a wee way now, but
okay. But Australia's been kind.
Australia's been fantastic, actually. We've Mistletoe label over there have been organising some tours for us, and they do everything for us. It's lovely. We went over there just a couple of weeks back, actually. Played in Melbourne, Sydney, and did Perth earlier on in the year, and yeah. We had North by North was used on a political satire on TV over there.
Oh.
A series, which it was a theme music.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah, so they used our music for the beginning and the end, and then right through you'd watch, they'd sent over the DVD of it, and they'd have this guy playing plucky acoustic guitar with all these diminished chords and weird sounding. Oh, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Oh, it's North by North. It's sort of eerily jazzy.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. The album Free All Monsters is the first since the earthquakes in Christchurch, isn't it?
Yeah. We actually recorded in December last year. We headed down to Seacliff, down just north of Dunedin. Used to be Seacliff Asylum. In fact, when we arrived, it still had Seacliff Asylum on the gate. And it was a backpackers. It's converted into a backpackers. Been like that for about 15 years, I think. Most of the old buildings, it's amazing, the old photos of the place. It was a huge neo-Gothic building, with huge towers that probably locked real crazy people up.
Yeah, no doubt.
But it was massive, and they had all sorts of people that were slightly, not quite right. If you're an inebriated woman, there's a ward for inebriants.
Yeah, I bet they did the old electric shock treatment.
Yeah. Oh no, you're wearing funny colours.
Yeah.
What are you up to? I think you need to go to Seacliff Asylum.
They probably would have stuck most of the musicians in back then.
Oh my God, yeah. That's not normal.
Exactly. So you recorded it there, and does that sort of hint at the sort of the title, freeing those mental monsters, perhaps?
Well, interesting thing is that Free All Monsters arrived on the scene prior to that, but it tied in nicely with it.
Yeah.
So, and there's certainly some inspiration from recording there in the music and the approach that I guess Bob took, and just being there in the atmosphere of the place. Like it led it down a certain path. I heard you playing Long Hauls before. That definitely, you could relate that to the asylum. And we had Alan Stowart playing on that one, actually. He played a bit of hammer dulcimer on that. You hear it coming in at the beginning. It's like someone banging on a piano with, like with a hammer sort of thing.
But it must feel, that was back in December, and of course, since then, of course, the February earthquake, it must feel like an age ago that you recorded that, so with everything that's happened in between.
Oh, it's been a funny year. Sometimes it feels like it's been a really long time, but other times you think, what happened to that year? Where did that go? It's interesting looking around Christchurch now. It's with so many buildings gone. I went in to have a look at the new city mall. They've got this container shopping centre. I went in there the other day with Kay and had a look around, and quite impressed with that. They've done quite a nice job of it. But then you could actually walk down Colombo Street a wee bit there and have a look around, and I thought, well, wait a minute, what used to be there?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Where the hell are we? You really lose your bearings, and it's easy to forget.
Well, it's I was looking at some music videos after the February earthquake, and it's in some of the old music videos that you get to see what was there, and you get to see what was what existed in the past, even back to the 80s. Wasn't there a Bats music video that was filmed in the is it the ANZ?
Oh, that building,
Chambers?
yeah.
On the corner of High and
Litchfield. Yeah, that lovely building had a lovely copper dome on the top of it.
Yeah.
I was actually a block away from that when that came down.
Huh, yeah.
I actually headed down there straight after and took a wee bit of video of it, of the collapsed building.
Yeah.
Very sad. And, there was a person in that shop that got tossed down to the basement that survived. It's amazing they lived through it because it was just a big pile of rubble.
And what was the
dome had fallen off onto Litchfield Street, and
the dome disappeared. In fact, I still haven't heard what happened to the dome. Apparently, that at some point the dome just went missing.
I'm not quite sure about the history of that one, where that one's gone, but it's a hard thing to hide.
Indeed. But what was the music video that was filmed there?
No, that was oh shit! Was that?
Was it?
No, it wasn't by night. It was Block of Wood.
Block of Wood. That's
Block
it.
Of Wood.
It was too.
yeah, with the ventriloquist dolls.
And so they now become, obviously they're always important music videos, but now they're even more important, aren't they?
Yes.
As-
So because of that, you mean the historical record of
Well, they are.
Christchurch, the
Yeah.
gone Christchurch.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'd imagine you'd be able to collect a whole bunch of music videos from all kinds of Christchurch artists.
Yeah,
That's
of Christchurch scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be quite good. Actually, it was after the February earthquake. Some guy, I think it was in Greece, he emailed us and said he's put together a video and he's hoping it was all right if he could use one of our songs on it. And so yeah, fine. And I went and had a look at it, and it's all these scenes of Christchurch. And there's a song, a song from way back when. God, Offsides. I can't even remember what that's on. But it's lovely, dark, one of our early dark numbers.
Yeah.
But it was so appropriate, it just seemed to fit.
Well, you guys are, of course, celebrating Flying Nuns 30 years as well this month.
Yep, we're nearly 29.
Golly gosh, yeah. Well, are you going to have to be doing something special next year then?
Yeah, yes. I suppose we should. I
Yeah.
don't know. 30, yeah. I don't know. We'll celebrate this year. We'll celebrate our 29th and Flying Nuns 30th and forget about us.
Well, you're heading to Dunedin on November the 11th,
Yep, that's Friday.
The Puddle and Dear Times Waste.
Mm-hmm.
And then back in Christchurch at the CPSA.
Yes.
What is the CPSA?
CPSA is the Christchurch Polytechnic.
Is it open?
It is. It's been open for quite a while, actually.
Okay.
And
Right.
we actually did a gig there in May when we were looking around for somewhere to play. We remembered about that venue. It's fantastic. It's a lovely venue. It feels very safe in there too.
Yeah.
It's, but it's quite an interesting construction. It's just got those huge big metal I-beams which are pretty solid.
Because that's a new thing to think about, when you're going to play somewhere. Now, do I feel safe if I play there as well? God, it's a new era we live in. And then you're in Wellington on November the 18th at the San Francisco Bathhouse.
Yep.
And 19th in Auckland at the King's Arms.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to coming to Auckland again.
What a great tour.
We've actually got Graham Humphreys is going to come along and play some keyboard classics of Flying Nun songs.
Cool, maybe some Abel Tasmans.
Oh, I hope so.
That'd be choice.
He was hoping to get something like a Farfisa organ to cheesy,
Yeah.
cheesy style. So it'd be lovely to meet up with him again.
Cool, and the album is out now, Free All Monsters.
Yep.
Out on Flying Nun. Paul, really lovely to catch up. And maybe if you guys are going to be up in Auckland, maybe pop into the Kiwi studio and we live to it. That'd be lovely.
Oh, that'd be nice. You still up Ponsonby Way there?
We certainly are.
Yep, very good.
Cool, all right, I will play now. We'll see, we're going to roll on to track 5. It's Not the Same.
It's not the same. Oh, it's a lovely song.
Yeah, okay.
Got a video for that. We're doing a video for every song.
That's the way to do it these days, eh?
Better than just having a cover stuck up on a YouTube thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, good on you. Oh, thanks very much, Paul.
Okay, lovely.
Paul Keane
Bye.
from the Bats.